They assume they understand you. They believe they can predict your next move. But what if you shattered that illusion? What if you became an enigma, impossible to anticipate, impossible to control? What if every step you took left them wondering, second-guessing, questioning everything they thought they knew about you? Because the truth is, power isn't just about strength. It's about control. And the easiest way to control a situation is to be the unknown factor. When people can't predict you, they can't manipulate you. When they don't know what you're thinking, they become obsessed with finding out. They start watching, analyzing, trying to decode your every move. This is why the most powerful individuals, leaders, warriors, strategists, never reveal their full hand. They let people guess, they keep them wondering. And that mystery? It gives them control. Today, I'll show you how to master the art of mystery, the Stoic way. If you're ready to become unreadable, untouchable, and impossible to predict, subscribe now, like this video, and let's begin. Why are mysterious people so captivating? Why do we chase what we don't fully understand? Why do some individuals hold power without even saying a word? The answer lies in psychology, and it comes down to three key principles. Principles that have been used by history's greatest strategists, leaders, and Stoic thinkers to command attention without ever needing to demand it. 1. The uncertainty effect. The mind hates not knowing. The mind is addicted to certainty. It craves patterns, explanations, closure. But when it encounters the unknown, it can't let go. This is why we are drawn to unsolved mysteries, ambiguous endings, and people who give us just enough, but never everything. When you become mysterious, people can't stop thinking about you, because their mind demands an answer. They replay past conversations, searching for meaning in your silence. They overanalyze your actions, trying to decode what you're thinking. They obsess over the unknown because their brain needs closure. This is why detachment is powerful. This is why not revealing everything keeps people hooked. When you control what they don't know, you control how much they think about you. 2. The Scarcity Principle. People desire what's limited. What's rare is desired. What's always available is ignored. Scarcity is power, whether it's wealth, influence, or attention. Luxury brands understand this. Elite clubs operate on this. The most powerful figures in history mastered this. The moment something is too available, too predictable, too attainable, people stop valuing it. But the moment it becomes rare, exclusive, difficult to access, suddenly its worth skyrockets. This applies to everything: money, influence, relationships, even your attention. If you're always available, always oversharing, always giving people access to your thoughts and emotions, they take you for granted. But the moment you pull back, the moment you create distance, people start craving your presence. Because now it's a privilege. Now it's something they have to earn. And this is the difference between those who are ignored and those who are pursued. 3. The control shift. When you're predictable, you're controllable. Predictability is submission. If they can read you, they can control you. If they expect your moves, they can counter them. This is how manipulators work. They learn your patterns, your weaknesses, your emotional triggers. They push the right buttons, knowing exactly how you'll respond. But what happens when you break that pattern? What happens when you stop being so predictable? What happens when you don't react the way they expect? Their power disappears. This is why the strongest minds, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, practiced restraint and secrecy. They never revealed too much. They never let emotions dictate their actions. They never gave others the ability to predict them. Because mystery forces people to adjust to you, instead of you adjusting to them. When you're unreadable, you become a challenge. And people respect challenges. They are drawn to them. They chase them. But knowing this isn't enough. To truly master the art of mystery, you need a strategy. And that's exactly what I'm about to give you. Blast off. To become truly mysterious, you need more than just silence. You need calculated unpredictability. You need control over your words, your actions, and your emotions. Because mystery isn't just about what you hide. It's about how you present yourself. And if you master this, you'll command respect, intrigue, and power without ever needing to chase it. Here are the 3 core strategies to mastering the art of mystery, the Stoic way. 1. Speak less. Observe more. Silence is a weapon. The less you speak, the more they wonder. And when they wonder, they watch. When they watch, they overanalyze. And that is why mysterious people always listen more than they speak. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Say only what is necessary and say it rarely." Because every word you speak gives others insight into your mind, your emotions, your thoughts. But when you control your speech, when you filter your words with intention, you force people to wonder about you. Think about the people who command the most respect in a room. They're not the ones who talk the loudest. They're the ones who observe, who listen, who process before speaking. When you adopt this mindset, something interesting happens. People start leaning in when you finally speak. They value your words because they aren't easily given. And most importantly, they never quite know what's going on inside your head. So make it a habit. Speak less, listen more, and watch how the world reacts differently to you. 2. Never reveal your next move. Predictability is a weakness. The moment they know your move, they control the board. A true strategist doesn't announce their plans. They execute without warning. And that's why the most powerful people, leaders, strategists, and Stoic philosophers always kept their next move hidden. Take Julius Caesar, for example. Before his most legendary victories, he never announced his battle plans. He made unpredictable moves that left his enemies scrambling. And by the time they figured out what he was doing, it was already too late. Now apply this to your own life. Never reveal your ambitions until they are achieved. Never announce your goals until they are completed. Never let people know your emotional state until you have mastered it. Because when people don't know what's coming next, they are forced to react to you instead of the other way around. And that is how you maintain control. Act when they least expect it. Move in silence. Let your actions shock them. Because the moment they can predict you is the moment they can control you. 3. Be emotionally unreadable. Nothing makes you more powerful than emotional control. Because if someone knows what triggers you, they own you. This is why the Stoics mastered emotional detachment, not because they were cold, but because they understood power. Think about it. When you show anger, people know what frustrates you. When you show desperation, people know what you fear losing. When you overreact, people know how to push your buttons. But what happens when you show nothing? When your emotions remain steady, no matter the situation? They can't manipulate you. They can't control you. They can't figure you out. Marcus Aurelius taught that a true Stoic remains calm in chaos, indifferent to praise or criticism, unshaken by the opinions of others. Because the moment you become emotionally predictable, you lose your power. So make this your new rule. Don't react impulsively. Don't reveal what affects you. Don't allow others to see your moments of weakness. Because mystery isn't just about what you say, it's about what you withhold. And when people can't figure you out, they start to obsess over you. But even after mastering mystery, there's one final element that will make you truly untouchable. Mystery alone isn't enough. The greatest minds were more than mysterious. They were unpredictable. And the secret to unpredictability: controlled chaos. You see, when people think they have you figured out, they stop paying attention. But when you disrupt their expectations, when you break their assumptions, that's when you become unforgettable. Because the moment someone thinks they understand you is the moment you lose your power over them. And that's why the final piece of the puzzle is controlled chaos, the ability to keep people guessing without ever losing control of yourself. 1. Break your own patterns. People expect routines, they expect habits, they expect you to behave in a way that is consistent. And that's exactly why you must break those expectations, strategically. When someone always knows what to expect from you, they become comfortable. They assume they can predict your next move, anticipate your reactions, and adjust their behavior accordingly. But what happens when you suddenly change direction? When you do something completely unexpected? When the pattern they thought was stable suddenly disappears? They become fixated. They start wondering, why the shift? What changed? Did I misread them all along? And that uncertainty keeps them hooked. So start practicing the art of breaking patterns. If you always respond quickly, start delaying your replies. If you always say yes, start saying no without explanation. If you're always available, start disappearing without warning. Not out of manipulation, but out of strategy. Because when people stop knowing what to expect from you, they start paying attention. 2. Give contradictory signals. The human brain hates inconsistency. It wants things to be black or white, yes or no, good or bad. But the moment someone gives mixed signals, the brain fixates, trying to make sense of what it can't understand. And that's why the most intriguing people are never too predictable. One day they're warm and engaging. The next, they're distant and unreadable. One moment they're present. The next, they vanish without explanation. Not because they're playing games, but because they command attention through unpredictability. Think about the people who have intrigued you the most. Chances are they weren't the ones who were always available, always predictable, always following the same patterns. They were the ones who made you question their thoughts, wonder about their motives, doubt your assumptions. And that's the power of contradictory signals. So start experimenting with this principle in your own life. One day, engage deeply in a conversation, then pull back the next time. Show warmth in one interaction, then be completely neutral in the next. Be highly social for a week, then retreat into solitude without explanation. And watch how people react. Watch how they start analyzing your every move. Watch how they become obsessed with figuring you out. Because once someone starts trying to decode you, you've already won. 3. Leave questions unanswered. Have you ever noticed how some of the most unforgettable people in your life are the ones who left you wondering? The ones who didn't give you all the answers. The ones who made you question what they were really thinking. That's because the unknown is far more powerful than the known. Most people feel an urge to explain themselves. They want to be understood. They want to make sure others get their point of view. But the moment you stop explaining, the moment you let people wonder, you become magnetic. Think about this. If someone asks, "Why did you suddenly stop talking to them?" and your answer is silence. If someone asks, "What are you thinking right now?" and you just smile and walk away. If someone asks, "Why are you acting differently?" and you say, "Who said I was?" what happens? Their mind fixates. They can't let it go. They start obsessing over the unanswered question because their brain needs an answer that you refuse to give. And that's why leaving gaps in conversations, in interactions, in your personal story makes you unforgettable. Never explain everything. Never reveal every detail. Let them wonder. Let them question. Let them chase the answer that never comes. Because the second someone starts chasing answers from you, they've already lost control. So now, the question is, are you ready to step into the unknown and master the art of mystery? Blast off the strongest power move, no move at all. Because when they can't predict you, they can't manipulate you. Because when people can't predict you, they can't manipulate you. When they don't know what you're thinking, they become obsessed with finding out. And the more they try to figure you out, the more control you have. This is why the greatest minds in history, Marcus Aurelius, Machiavelli, Sun Tzu, mastered silence, secrecy, and unpredictability. They understood one truth that most people never will. The moment they can't figure you out, you win. 1. Stop explaining yourself. Most people waste energy trying to be understood. They over-explain, over-justify, overshare, desperately hoping for validation. But the more you explain yourself, the weaker you appear. When you justify your actions, you invite debate. When you clarify your thoughts, you give people power over your mind. When you seek validation, you surrender control. But what happens when you don't explain yourself? When someone asks, "Why did you do that?" and you just smile and walk away. When they expect an apology, and you give them silence instead. When they demand an answer, and you simply say, "You wouldn't understand." They fixate. They obsess. They start questioning themselves instead of questioning you. And that's when the power shifts. Because the moment you stop explaining yourself is the moment people start desperately trying to understand you. 2. Stay one step ahead. The most powerful people are never fully understood. They always have an ace up their sleeve, something no one sees coming. They never reveal everything about themselves, their plans, or their intentions. Because the moment people think they've figured you out, you've already moved 2 steps ahead. Sun Tzu said, "All warfare is based on deception." And life is no different. You don't need to be deceitful, but you do need to be strategic. Never reveal all your plans. Never show your full emotions. Never make it easy for people to anticipate your next move. If they think you'll say yes, say no. If they expect you to be available, disappear. If they assume they understand you, prove them wrong. Because when people can't predict you, they can't control you. 3. Never let them fully understand you. People fear what they can't predict. And when they fear you, they respect you. The human mind hates uncertainty. It wants to categorize, define, understand everything. But what happens when they can't? When they look at you and see something they can't label? They feel uneasy. They feel drawn in. They feel powerless. Think about the most magnetic people in history. Were they the ones who revealed everything about themselves? Or were they the ones who made people wonder? Bruce Lee rarely spoke about his personal life. Steve Jobs kept his true plans hidden until the perfect moment. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire without ever revealing his deepest thoughts. And what did that do? It made people obsess over them. It made people fear them, respect them, follow them. So what's the lesson? Never be fully known. Never let them figure you out. Because the more they wonder about you, the more power you hold over them. If you're ready to master the power of mystery, subscribe now. And if you're committed to being unreadable, leave a comment. I control what they see. In the next video, I'll show you how to command respect without saying a single word. Don't miss it.